back to another episode of the Hoodie and Headband podcast show. Yes, sir. Co-host as always, Headband Beat Up. Joined by
Hoodie Q-tip.
my boy. How you doing this week?
I was doing good until last night, and I got sick, and I was mad. But I woke up this morning after I took some medicine. Not as bad, but y'all can probably hear it. I'm a little stuffy, but it is what it is. Still getting to that money. Still doing what we gotta do. Good weekend of sports. Texas beat Alabama. Clemson won a game. Even though it was Charleston Southern. Commanders got a dub. Good win, even though we should have blew them out. It's all good. Coco got her first Grand Slam. So yeah, Naomi said that she could be back Australian Open. So January, y'all better be on the lookout. Because y'all already know how I'm about to be. I'm posting everything. I'm talking all the trash. It's over for y'all. I hope y'all had y'all fun while she was gone.
Awesome.
That's all I'm gonna say on that. She got four of them. So that's all I'm gonna say. But shout out to Coco for sure.
Shout out to Coco.
Seeing her grow from 15 to 19, and the way that she responded, like in that championship match against Sabalenka, in past championship matches or past big matches, you can see like the youth. In this one, it was not a factor. Like once she figured it out, and the thing is, she kept her composure the whole match. Like even when she lost the first set, and it wasn't necessarily close, she never got down on herself. She was like, all right, once I figure this out, she's not going to be able to beat me. And that's literally what it came down to at a certain point. It was Coco is going to control what she wants to control, and Sabalenka's not going to be able to stop that. So, yeah, shout out to Coco, first of many. Not Djokovic. I said Djokovic because of Khalil. This man called me yesterday talking about some. I know you see Djokovic. I'm like, who? He said Djokovic, the tennis player. I said Djokovic. He said, man, it's a D in there. It's silent. I said, no, the D makes it not silent. Golly, bro. Oh my gosh. Oh, I didn't even say what he said the other day when we was on the phone. He talking about some. He was like, who? Oh, he was talking bad about Cam Reddish.
I was about to say, I remember you told me about the Cam Reddish thing. Yeah,
He's talking bad about Cam Reddish. He was like, he better get some playing time for the Warriors this year. I said, for the who? He said, he played for us, don't he?
Yo.
Like, yo, this man is a clown, bro.
Jokey.
A grade A clown. I've had some funny moments happen in the past week or so. I had a girl mistake Tupac for DMX. She thought Tupac came to the Frederick Fair last year. I was like, you mean DMX? And she was like, oh yeah, that guy.
But still, DMX ain't came there last year either.
He did.
DMX come there last year.
Yes, he did. 4 days before he died, he was in Frederick. I swear to God, he died.
DMX died in 2021. I know it because it was my senior year.
It was not 2021, bro.
It was 2020 or 2021. DMX passed in 2021.
Last year, bro.
He did not. No. You act like Stacey Dash right now. You ever see that video of Stacey Dash when she found out when she found out DMX passed, and it was like 6 months after he passed. DMX passed in 2021. I'm telling you, that's my senior year. Cause I remember that night vividly.
Well, 2 years ago he was in Frederick.
Okay, 2 years ago, there we go.
2 years ago he was in Frederick.
He wasn't there last year either.
It was him, Coolio, some other old dudes. And then like 4 days later, he passed away. Yeah. So, yeah, I don't even remember what I was about to say, but yeah, I've had some funny moments happen the past couple of days. Yeah. How about you, my guy?
Man, I'm good. Can't complain. It's been working, maintaining. Same old week, same old stuff, whatever. I'm working, always working on something.
That boy just threw out a bunch of different verbs for no reason. You already know what I'm doing, man. Maintaining, stressing, gang. Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, celebrated. a friend of the show, Jalen and Marco, their 3-year anniversary of their podcast, celebrated that with them. Sold some vintage clothing out there too. They had me Vin. So Hassan sold his show up out there too. But yeah, nah, my nephew picking up the rock. He's 6 months, he picking up the rock already. But listen, Hassan sent me a pic of my boy. He got the shot form already. I say, yo, he getting us out the hood.
Oh, here he go now.
I'm like, yo, Neff got it. He in the crib like this. I said, oh.
Well, you wait 18 years.
It's so rough. And then he sent me another, he posted another picture of him. He like sitting up with it. I'm like, yo, at 6 months, it's a wrap. Class of 2045. Whoever did okay, whoever the Thunder traded for. They traded for my nephew.
That boy gonna be 22.
They traded for my draft rights to my nephew in like what, 18 years, 19 years?
18.
Let's see, let's do quick math.
2041.
Let's see, 2023 plus 9. Oh no, 19. 2042. I was close. I said 2040.
Nobody did math on that, bro.
Listen, I was close. I said 2045. The 2042 draft class. Neff gonna be there. Hopefully, if that's what he wants to do. I'm not putting that on him, but if that's what he wants to do, I hope he gets to fulfill his dreams with that. My boy will be the next Mahmoud Abdul Rauf.
That is a
Next
name.
Mahmoud.
That is a name.
That is a name. I had to remember that name, but that is a name. Listen. Yeah.
That boy, he got a big old head. Now, let me check. Nah, why he look like? Never mind, I ain't gonna say it.
Why are you roasting people? Man, let's get into it.
All right, SVP, man. He Maryland.
You said who?
SVP. He Maryland. We rock.
Oh, yeah.
That boy he got the baldy. I think shining right now.
Yeah. But whatchamacallit? All right. But all in all, I'm doing good. Colorado won. That ain't my team. I ain't jacking Colorado, but we know we do support Dion here. So what Wale said, excuse me, I root for everybody that's black. Colorado won. Coco won. Who else won? Not Team USA. That's all I'm gonna say right there. NFL season started back up. Jets play tonight. Well, the night they were recording this. So yeah. But let's get into it, man. WNBA season has concluded. Yes, sir. WNBA season has concluded. It's been a good season, great season to watch. Lots of records being broken, lots of history being made this year. Let's get into it, man. So Sabrina passed DT for threes in the season. With how much did she finish off with?
128.
128. And the record was what, 119?
121.
121. Okay. And then Jewel set the record for most points scored in the season.
930.
930?
939.
Okay, I remember she had like 911 iconically. I mean, not ironically, we recorded this on 911. She had 911 points. And then I saw it was a race between her and Stewie. Mm-hmm. And Jewel edged her.
Stewie thanked her last night. Or else they could have really been like battling for it. Asia, she did what she could. She put up 36 last night and still ended up being behind Stewie.
Yeah.
But you know, it is what it is. Great season for all three of them.
All in all, though, this is thanks to the 40-game season, I believe. Because you only those extra 5, 6, 7 games, or whatever, however long the WNBA season was before.
But if you think about it,
36 games on regular?
Yeah. But some of them missed games.
Extra
some of them missed games. So even like Jewel missed at least 2 games. So she really played 58. I think Asia played every game.
I think Stewie missed a game.
Stewie played every I feel like Stewie played every game.
She did?
Yeah, Sabrina missed a few games.
One or two.
Alyssa Thomas played every game.
Okay.
Blue, I feel like played every game as well. So
Okay.
like I know Jewel missed a few games.
No Joe missed a few games. Are you sure
Uh,
Sloop every game? I thought
Sloop
he was out
or
for
Stewie.
Sloop.
She might have. I feel like if
Might have.
anybody on the team other than her missed some games, it was her. It was Sloop. Because I feel like Betnaja played every game.
Yeah.
Um, Jonquil, I feel like played every game. So yeah.
Yeah.
And then Alyssa Thomas broke Sloot's assist record.
Yeah.
Narrowly held off Courtney Vandersloot. Alyssa Thomas broke the record with 317. The previous record was 299. Sloot had 314. So they were right here. I think the 3-point record. I think Enrique was also close, and so was Jewel. Enrique was right behind. Oh, Enrique and Jewel were right behind Diana Taurasi's record. Enrique had 117 to the 121, and then Joel Lloyd had 115 to the 121. So Sabrina broke the record by 7. Could have broke it by a little bit more if she'd have missed like 3 or 4 games down the stretch.
Yeah.
And came back, she wasn't really in the rhythm that she was when she got hurt originally. But Diana Taurasi name on this thing a bunch of times. She's 2, 6, 9, 10, 12. There's a reason why she's 15, 16. It's a reason she's the leading scorer all time.
Yeah, with 10K points.
She was letting them threes fly.
Does she plan on coming back next season?
Yeah, she does. Which I would have been surprised if she was. The way this season went, I would have been surprised.
Yeah. But yeah, she was asked a bunch of questions today. That was one of them. And another question she was asked today about whether or not
he was this close.
Was talking about, I forgot how the question was framed, but they were talking about, there's something looming all season about whether or not they would want Skylar to come back. She said next question. And that said a lot. It's like, damn.
Amen.
Might not just be just the organization, whatever. I don't know.
Never just the organization.
I know it's not never just the organization, but I mean, I remember we saw, what was that? Maybe last year too, that Skylar and DT got into it on the sideline during the timeout, if I remember that correctly.
Does DT be talking crazy and Skylar not going for that shit?
Skylar ain't going for that. I'm just echoing what you said.
No, I said a cuss word.
Oh, I didn't hear it. Well, that's one. That's actually a half because I didn't hear it. But anyways, continue. So,
yeah.
So yeah, thought that was interesting. What team would you want to see Skylar Diggins a part of next season?
Before we move on to that real quick, I just want to give a shout out to Jewel, obviously, Brianna Stewart, Asia Wilson, Enrique, and Nafisa was 4 points from being this 8th player to score 800 points in a season.
Shout out to Fee.
4 of those were this season. Before this season, only 4 players had scored, or only 3 players had scored over 800 points in a season. And actually 2 players, because it was Diana Taurasi twice and then Brian Moore once. So only 2 players.
It's only been done 3 times before this season, but it's only been 2 people that have done it.
Yes.
Yeah. And those are with shorter seasons. So they're getting a lot of buckets.
That's a fact. And
no, I know next, my fault. I keep talking over you.
No, you good. Just if he played like 1 more game or like 5 more minutes, she reached 800 points.
Yeah.
Kelsey Mitchell was close.
Mm-hmm.
Kelsey Plum was close. And Satu and Kalia Copper all made the top 25 in terms of points in a season.
Nice.
So shout out to them. We can go back to the Skylar question.
Yeah. Wait, and I was gonna say something. Oh, well, I know next year is the Olympic year, so it's gonna be a shorter season. So we won't see these performances. Well, I'm not saying we won't see these points.
The record-breaking records.
Crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah, because of the Olympics, right?
I don't know how many games they're going to go down to for that. I should look that up.
What they do 2021, they did like, what was it, like 28?
I feel like it was
28 to 30 games.
20, 28, 20 something. It was like
because the usual is 36.
almost 36. So I think they took like 7-8 games off of it.
Yeah, it was like at least a week or so. No, maybe like 2 weeks, obviously, the Olympics. So yeah,
2024.
But yeah, Skylar. Where do you see Skylar going next season, or where would you think she would fit? What situation will work? Like, where do you see Skylar Diggins Smith playing?
I mean, she can end up playing a lot, just because, or she can play in a lot of different places, just because there's a good bit of teams that need a point guard. Like Indiana needs a point guard. I don't know who they would give up or what they would give up. Like, are they willing to give up draft capital in a draft like this? Possibly. The Sky don't have any draft capital, so they would have to give up players. I feel like a swap with like Marina Mabry and I don't know, Marina Mabry and somebody can move Skylar. The Sparks could use her.
Definitely. Also, like I said, the dream I had a dream that she was in a purple uniform, and it definitely wasn't that Phoenix uniform.
The fact. So I would say Seattle, LA, Indiana, Chicago.
I'm thinking you said Seattle, LA, Indiana, Chicago. Yeah.
Because
I can see
the Aces are straight, New York is straight. Not saying that they're all better than her, just they're not gonna make
they have a pretty solid point guard.
I feel like Minnesota's gonna try to just actually they made the playoffs, so they may not even be in a sweepstakes for I'll have to look at the lottery and see how it all works out. But
Hard to say because they might not,
they might end up being like 5 now. And that's still a really good pick.
What's
probably
60? So
you're probably missing out
how
on
the lottery balls fall.
Let's see if I can find the WNBA draft lottery, because you're probably out of the sweepstakes for one of the point guards at the very least. So they might.
Say you ain't got 1 or 2, you can kiss Caitlin and Paige goodbye.
Yeah, that's a fact. And like, so I would throw the links in there too, because if they're not gonna get the top pick or a top 3-4 pick, then, but we don't know, because the way that the lottery balls fall sometimes it falls in the favor of teams that you're not expecting. So the 4 teams with the best odds of getting the number 1 pick are Indiana, Phoenix, LA, and Seattle. The 4 teams that they make the playoffs. Indiana has the best chance due to the combined record of 22 and 2023, of 17 and 58. Phoenix 26 and 50. The Sparks 39 and 46, and then 29 and 46. Sorry, and then Seattle 33 and 42. So the Fever could end up with the first pick again. Phoenix could end up with the second pick, or a top 4 pick. So we could end up seeing some wild combinations of players with, like, can you imagine Paige or Caitlin playing on the same team as DT? Like, that would be crazy. That would be crazy.
Boy, hey, Paige get picked by Phoenix, they gonna hate.
I ain't even gonna say that.
I'm just saying, they gonna hate, bro. They don't let 2 UConn. Listen, they don't let 2 UConn players link up like that. They ain't gonna like it. They just gonna have to get rid of though.
If she found her way to Minnesota, it's UConn players again.
So. About to get cold.
Oh my god!
I ain't gonna run out and say the rest, but it's about to get cold.
But yeah,
that's never like you said, another UConn pairing.
And with Jewel and Ka re-signing, I think that means they're gonna be like I feel like Seattle's okay with rebuilding now that they have Jewel on the contract. But I
Yeah,
feel like with Ka and the
they
Sky,
have to be a little patient with Jordan Horston. I don't know why I forgot her last name like that. That's wild. I just like froze. Jordan Horston, she had a good rookie year, and she's gonna continue to build on that possibly. But I mean, hey, Skylar Diggins is on the market. I could see that be part of a trade package if they want to bring her in. If
Jordan Horse.
if if Phoenix was to get younger, I mean they already got a young squad as is, kind of, sort of.
Ah,
Yeah.
not
No, then again, no. DT does not bring
you
the eight
got
down.
Mojef, DT, Sophie,
Healthy,
BG,
BG,
Michaela O'Neal,
Gustafson,
Meg Gutcherson, Shook Sutton.
who got a triple double. We ain't shot that
Uh,
out. That was a pass.
Curry,
But yeah, she got a triple double. Joined the triple double club. I think they said it was 13 this year. I seen.
Courtney got one last night, so add another one.
So that would be 14.
Yeah,
After not having a triple double, or after having like less than 14 the season before, like total in WNBA history.
crazy. But that's just a testament to players being able
I'm
to
sorry for smiling.
do more.
Jets just started playing. Aaron
Uh,
Rodgers is really real. He did the dap with Sauce Gardner. I promise I'll pay attention. We about to preview the playoffs in a little bit, so
um,
just stay tuned for that.
we're seeing players that have always had the ability to do stuff like this and be versatile, but a lot of teams and coaches and players were put into a box and like, all right, we just need you to score, or we just need you to rebound, or we just need you to pass. But if you play a more open offense and a more flowed offense, and you let everybody, contribute, then you end up with players getting triple doubles and double digit assists and double digit rebounds. And just career nights, career high seasons, just a bunch of stuff that I was clamoring to see a couple years ago. Like I was mad when Nafisa and Satu were close to getting triple doubles, and they would either take them out the game, or the other teammates wouldn't try to find them or help them get what they need. Like if they need to get a rebound or if they need to get an assist. Like now, like people are paying attention and they're like, oh, like she got 9 assists. Like so we make sure she gets she make sure she gets at least somebody a look to get her triple double. But yeah, I think Skylar could play it at multiple different spots, and I think it just depends on what Phoenix is looking for. I don't think Phoenix is looking to rebuild because Diana Taurasi is coming back for another season, and I don't think Diana Taurasi is looking to rebuild. Like it just doesn't make sense for her to want to rebuild her last season. So it really just depends on what Phoenix is looking to do. If they're looking to bring in players that are, going to help them contend. And then you also have Brittany Griner, who is a free agent this year. So it'll be interesting to see if she comes back because I don't think her and Skylar have any issues. I think the issue is between DT, the organization, and Skylar. So I'll be interested to see where Brittany Griner aligns herself in that because I think she's definitely got a lot of love for the organization, the way they kept speaking out for her and kept her name in in the spotlight while she was incarcerated, and then
Kept their
uh,
shot going.
Skylar was also on that team that was also doing that. So, but I mean, BG's played with DT her whole career, so if she's gonna side with anybody, it's probably DT. So I would expect to see BG back in Phoenix. So if DT and Brittany Griner are on the same team, then I'm looking to contend. That's just because when you have players like DT and BG, all you gotta do is get to the playoffs. We
Yeah,
saw that. In 2021. They
got
weren't
to
supposed to.
the finals.
They got to the finals and almost beat Chicago if Kalia Copper and Candace Parker didn't go crazy in game 4 and just shut it down. Like they were down. What were they down? Like 13, 15, something like that. And Candace was just like, nah, you know
No,
what? We're not going back to
I'm
Phoenix.
bringing this back to the crib.
We going right here in Chicago. We're not even about to take that back to a game 5. We're not even about to give them that chance. And Allie quickly hit a big shot, and the rest is history. But
That was a lit game.
You can say what you want about Diana Taurasi and how she's played the last couple of years in terms of her defense and her effort on both sides of the ball, but she could put that ball in the hoop, and she's gonna be able to do that for the rest of her life. So you get her in a playoff setting, and you be like, oh, well, she's 39, she's 40. She was cooking Las Vegas on a bum ankle. Like, don't forget, like her ankle was messed. I didn't even think she was gonna play in that series. If y'all go back and listen, I was like, there's no way she plays in this series the way she sprained her ankle. Like, it was bad. Yeah. And she played in all of them. And when it was like, all right, they might be losing this series, she came back and was like, actually, no, we're not. So, but I was also upset about because Kelsey Plum was sitting here smiling as she's giving her buckets. Like, oh my God, I'm playing the GOAT. Like, boy,
oh my goodness, man.
You don't go over there and get a stop over here cheesing while she crossing you up off the screen. Like, what do we do? But yeah,
so you would never let that down.
But yeah, man, I'll be very interested to see what happens with the Mercury, what happens with Skylar, what happens with some of these teams like Chicago, who doesn't have draft picks, but have Kyle locked in, and then Marina Mabrey's locked in after her signing like this offseason. So it'll be interesting to see what they do with a lot players like Alana Smith and stuff like that. So it's gonna be an interesting offseason. I mean, obviously it's a little ways away. And we're about to start the playoffs, but it's going to be a very interesting offseason. I think from here on out, the WNBA offseasons are going to be very interesting. Like, we definitely had some years where it was just like, oh, everyone stayed put, and everybody's just going to run it back. But after last year, I don't think anybody can say, oh, we're just going to run it back, stand pat, because when you got teams that won a championship and then added Candace Parker to their team, and then you got a team that was in the playoffs, could have moved on to another series, and they're like, nah, let's add BG, or let's add John Quell, Brianna Stewart, and Courtney Vandersloot all in one offseason. I don't think anybody could just be like, oh yeah, we're gonna try to go beat them with the players we got right now. And that's no disrespect to those players, but I mean, but at the same time, you can say that, but the Mystics have a good shot at beating the Liberty. So
it's a 3-game series.
A 3-game series. If you get one, you got to do is get one. And
don't let the one get one now.
Game 3 on their home court. All you got to do is get one.
For sure.
Which is crazy to me.
Facts. Let's get into the playoffs, though. So we got 4 playoff matchups. We got Ace of Sky, Liberty Mystics, Sun Links, Wings, Dream. Before we head into the nitty-gritty and breaking down each series, just looking off top, what team do you have? I mean, what series do you think has the best chance that we see upset?
I feel like the easy one to say is the Wings and Dream.
That's a 4-5 matchup, yeah.
But it's a 4-5 matchup, so I feel like that's
really be looked at as an upset. It'll only be an upset because it's a 4-5, a 5 beating a 4 if that happens.
But I can see all but one of these matchups going the way that no one is expecting. I can see the Mystics getting the Liberty. I can see the Lynx getting the Sun. Like, it really takes one bad game, and now you're playing.
You only got to win 2 games
because Minnesota's got a great home crowd. If Minnesota can get one in Connecticut and they got to play a game 3 in Minnesota, the way Fee has played this year, the way Caleb McBride, Diamond Miller, Dorka has played this year, I wish they were able to have.
I still think that's dumb. That playoff format.
It is
dumb. You play your first 2 games at the higher seeds home floor, and then you play the deciding game 3 on the lower seed home floor. No, it should be reversed. It should be you play the first game at the lower seed home floor.
Was it last year that James Wade was pissed that they had?
James Wade was pissed about that. Yeah, he's like, why are we playing the deciding game 3?
Yeah, in New York,
we got the higher seed. Why are we playing the deciding game 3 on their floor?
Which is why, at a certain point, teams aren't probably not even really worried about seeding, because the way that the first round goes, like I don't see why it wouldn't just be game 5 games for all the series.
Yeah, I mean, but
Because
look,
if
you see
you're
how the
gonna add,
Mystics look. You
you're
see how
gonna
the
add,
Mystics beat the Liberty this weekend. Last second shot.
they tied 2-2 in the season series.
They're a
They beat,
scary
they beat
team.
them.
I
They
got
beat them
them down here as my pick for most the best chance at an upset. Because yeah, we did say the Dream could beat the Wings, but that wouldn't be looked at as an upset because that's really a 4-5 matchup that can go either way. Man, we just lucky. Not we. Teams are just lucky that they think the old playoff format where you play one game, you're done.
one game because
You
anybody
have
can
one
get
bad game, wraps over.
anybody. Yeah,
See you next year.
Anybody can get hot.
Like
I mean, when you got players like Ka, Marina Mabry on teams, and you got players like Deladon, Brittany Sykes on teams, and you got players like Nafisa, Kayla McBride. Like, say what you want about Kayla McBride, but if she
even
get hot,
Diamond Miller, bro. Even Diamond Miller's been a factor for the Lynx this year.
but I feel like yes, she could get hot, but hers is different because a lot of hers is like inside the paint.
Yeah,
Her twos ain't really killing you like 3 would.
yeah.
Like Kayla McBride hit 4 or 5 threes, it's gonna be like, oh shit. Like if the other players are doing anything at all, chill. If the other players are doing anything at all, then that just opens it up even more. So when you got when you got dangerous players like a Courtney Williams, a Kalia Copper, Marina Mabry, who can get hot, when you have a Rike or a Ryan Howard or Alicia Gray or Satu Sabli that can get hot and really just turn the whole game around in in just a few possessions, that's when it's like, oh, we just, we got to make sure that we weather this storm. But in a 1 game situation, like all it takes is one crazy game. There was a player in 2021 that had a crazy game, and somebody called him a playoff legend because of it.
Sophie Cunningham, she did turn up. She had how many threes? It was like 5 threes or something crazy.
I feel like it might have been more than that. She cooked. I feel like she might have hit like 7, 8.
Yeah,
She went crazy against New York.
I think it was 7.
Let's see. Sophie Cunningham. Playoffs. Somebody sneezed heavy just now. She hit 6 threes in that game.
6, okay. We just call that 5 or 7.
She had 21. She had 21 points in 22 minutes. That's crazy. That's crazy. And she was 6 of 7 from 3-point range. That's crazy. That's crazy. But yeah, all it takes is a player like that, a player that can shoot the ball. All they gotta do is be filmed at one night, and the whole trajectory of your season has changed. Like if Deladon can turn back that clock, it's gonna get hectic. Because Brittany Sykes. I feel like
Brittany Sykes. I don't know how I forgot about Brittany Sykes, but Brittany Sykes has been on a tear this season, and she could definitely light it up at any given moment. Give you the benefit.
I feel like Brittany Sykes low key has I'll have to look at her numbers, but she low key
her numbers improved across the board.
She low key has a case for all WNBA.
Been a career year.
I feel like she might have a case for all WNBA.
She has a case, but I don't know. We'll get into all W teams in a second after we preview the playoffs.
I have to look at the numbers.
But yeah. So first matchup. Oh, I'm gonna do this in order of games
15, that are 4, 2 steals a game.
Yeah. And those are I think that's her career high for steals.
Really 16, 5, and 4. So that's not bad at all. Mm-hmm. She shot 44%, 35% from 3, which is good for her. She's a career 30% 2-point shooter. Shot 80% from the free throw line. But yeah, she probably wouldn't, but she has a case. She could say, "Hey, and I wouldn't argue it."
I'm sorry, I gotta stop watching football, man. I'm sorry, I'm about to just turn this off, but I can't help it. The new look Jets. All right, I'm gonna stay on topic. But
that boy got okay, that's a good little run. I was about to say, I know he didn't get hyped for like a 3-yard run. I was about to get mad.
First play. That was first play of the season looking good. All right. Anyways, let me turn this off. All right. So first, we got Wednesday. We got Minnesota Lynx going against the Connecticut Sun in Connecticut. Game 1 of possibly 3. How do you feel about this matchup with the Sun and the Lynx?
I like this matchup. I think weirdly, like I know that the what am I trying to say? The records are different, like far off from 3 to 4, or from 4 to 8. The records are a lot different than the top 3. But I feel like there's not a huge gap, and especially when you're playing in just a few game setting.
Yeah.
Minnesota has played good basketball, especially since their 0-6 start.
Yep.
And I think they can cause some problems for Connecticut, because they can find ways to out rebound them. They can find ways to try to punish them in the post when you have Fee, when you have Diamond Miller who can get into the paint. I wouldn't say at will, but she's a player that she's gonna force her way in. Like, you watch Diamond Miller, and if she feels any type, she getting in the paint. So, it really just comes down to, can Alyssa Thomas and DeWanna Bonner carry the way they've been playing this season? Because DeWanna Bonner's been playing at an incredible level, and so is Alyssa Thomas, obviously, when she's, one of the top 3 candidates for MVP, if not the MVP. But Nafisa Collier's been having a all WNBA type season. Kevin Bryce been playing well. Dorky Uhas has had a great rookie season, as is Diamond.
Yep.
So I don't know, man. It's interesting. I think Connecticut wins it, but I wouldn't be surprised if Minnesota's able to steal it, just because you never know what can happen in a playoff series. All it takes is one game for some of their shooters to go cold, and like, obviously, I'm not saying this so that it happens, but if Becca Allen has a cold shooting night, or no way he hurt already. If Becca Allen has a cold shooting night, or Ty Harris, or anybody that is not named Alyssa Thomas or DeWanna Bonner, or even DeWanna Bonner has a struggling night. Like, they count on her so much for her scoring and for her 3-point shot, that if she's not, then it's gonna be a very interesting series. I will say that it'll be a very interesting series. Tiffany Hayes is day to day at this point. I think she'll be very. She got hurt in the last game, left with a left knee injury, but it could have been just because it was the last game and they didn't really need her to play. So we'll see. Tiffany Hayes could end up being very important. No way Aaron Rodgers got hurt already.
Hey, relax. We ain't gotta talk about this. Stay focused. I turned TV off for 2 seconds. Turn it back on.
Turn it back on.
It's like Paul George all over again. Let me stop. Let me not go that far. Let me not go that far.
Wild.
Because remember, I just thought, because I turned the channel from the game, I turned it back. Paul George getting escorted off the floor. I turned the TV off. I turned it back, and Rodgers getting taken off the field. But it's all right though. He be fine. He be straight. He be all right though.
Sorry, y'all got Zach Wilson. Y'all straight.
I almost ended the show because of that. Don't you ever say that out your mouth again.
You talking crazy. You talking like I'm not a grown man.
Don't you ever utter those words out your mouth again.
See, what you doc would do is point your finger at me like I'm some little kid. I say exactly what I want. And
let's focus, man. Let's get this. Let's get through this. All right. So, yeah, as you mentioned, Lynx got some good young pieces on the squad that's helped them out different times of the season. Sun have kept their core for the most part. This is their first year without John Quell, but they've also been pretty well. They are without Bree Jones, who was out due to injury right before the All-Star break. It should be an interesting season. I'm not season, interesting matchup. You know, got 3 games, best of 3. I really think this one might go 3 games because of the unpredictability here. Now, like we have seen Nafisa Collier put up, all WNBA type season where she has shown that she's been one of the best players in the league for the last couple of years. Came back healthy, full season, played well, all-star, all that. So she's definitely a difference maker here. At the same time, on the other side, you got Alyssa Thomas and DeWanna Bonner, power couple. They can cook every night. DeWanna can go for 30 any night. Alyssa Thomas, leading the league in triple doubles, could get another one. No, I got a problem. Somebody came into the replied. They replied to me. I quote tweeted it. And I was like, it's crazy that she had another one right after we recorded this. And someone's like, well, if you look at her game log, she does it almost every game. You would know if you guys actually watched the game. I said, hold up. I said, I didn't bring it to y'all attention. But I was like, nah, you had me messed up on that one, my boy. I don't even know who you are. You're not following me, not following the podcast. You probably just searched up Connecticut Sun or something. I don't know how it came about, but let me find it because I was cool that day. But that whatchamacallit, that kind of took me off. Cause I'm like, bro, we do the work. Yeah, we 2 men talking about, WNBA, but like same time, we do the work. We watch games. So don't do that. Don't do that. Ask anybody on this app. Ask anybody on Twitter. Anybody on Twitter. They know us. Ask anybody. Don't do that. We watch games. We don't just talk about things just to talk about things. No, we do the work. We got a league pass. You see these notes? Come on, bro. Don't you ever come on my replies talking that mess again. Anyways, back to the matchup. My prediction here is Sun in 3, based on I know the Lynx got what it takes to get 1 out of this. Yeah, the Sun are good, but the Lynx are pretty solid as well. They can get a game. Now I don't know what game it'll be, if it'll be 1 or 2, but if I had to pick, I'll pick that first one. I'm picking the upset first game. First game of the playoffs, it's going to be upset. It's my prediction here. It's a bold prediction, but it's my prediction. Wait, yo, you on mute. You on mute. I can't hear you. You muted yourself.
I forgot I muted myself. That's crazy. Because you was talking shit, and I was like, should have put that.
I was like, I didn't hear you say the thing in the background. I didn't hear you like edge me on it or anything.
I was like, oh, you should have put that ether beat on, and you didn't say nothing. So I didn't even think about the fact that you couldn't hear me.
Like, bro was, I don't know who they were, and they didn't say nothing. I replied back. I really sat there and thought about it. I sat there. I was like, bro, you really like came at us, whatever, on some BS. Man, shut up. You
would just be chatting.
Word, bro.
Like, oh, you don't be watching, or you a casual? Like, you be saying it to the wrong people. Like, boy, I'm not 12. I watch basketball. I watch basketball. Like,
word, man. Tariq got. Man, I had 4 or 5 screens yesterday, watching everything. 4 or 5 screens, watching everything, bro. Hold on, where is that, man? Cause this had me peed off. This had me hot.
Oh, Dalvin versus James Cook. I didn't even think about that. If I had to choose a winner of this series, my heart says go with the Lynx because of Nafisa. And
they went on private.
Lane
for real.
Lane.
For real. But I was like, I know we've been doing this for 3 seasons and have watched 90% of games, and we've been giving AT her due praise since she came back from injury in 2021. Ask anyone, we've been doing the work. So miss us with that nonsense.
Talk to her. If I had to pick a team or pick a winner of this series, my heart says go with the Lynx because the Fisa, K Mac, Dorka, Diamond. Um, and I don't know, man. It's just something about Connecticut. Like it's weird. Like Connecticut is always really good, but they're
Yeah.
never the team that people think is gonna win.
You diamond
It's,
test them saying they frauds?
I'm not saying they frauds. I don't know, man. It's just I don't know what other team there is like it. Oh, I don't want to say that,
What?
but Philly,
You said Philly?
low key, not even Philly because Philly ain't made the finals. I can't even. I guess Boston, in a way, like Boston is always there, but they never get over the hump. That's
Somebody made a connection to the old school Bills teams that have that when they lost like what they lost
mm,
3 or 4 Super Bowls in a row.
two to all.
They
They
haven't come
lost
here.
to the NFC East. They lost to
Yeah,
us,
they lost yeah.
Cowboys, and the Eagles.
Yeah.
Or no,
I
maybe it
talk
wasn't.
about that from time to
Maybe I think
time.
they lost twice to the Cowboys, once to us, once to the Giants, something
Yep.
like that.
Unfortunately.
Yeah, but I don't know what it is. They don't. I don't know. It's just something about them that just it doesn't give you the confidence that they're gonna push through and do what they're supposed to do. Now, granted, if they had Bree Jones, maybe I probably feel differently.
If they had Bree Jones, I'm
Uh,
giving them the edge for sure. But
no,
because they don't
absolutely,
have Bree Jones, and you said Tiffany Hayes is questionable.
yes.
Yeah, nah. I'm sorry.
She's day to day, but it very well they could have just sat her the rest of the game because it was the last game of the season. So I don't know, 100%.
Right. We won't know until day of
Wednesday. Yeah,
Wednesday.
they'll tell us 10 minutes before the game.
Right.
Um, but yeah, I don't know, man. My head says go Connecticut because they're the better team, but my heart says go with Minnesota. So whatever y'all think, I would choose. That's who I'm picking in this.
Okay. So yeah, I said Southern 3. You said Langston 3.
Sure.
Hey, well, he limping bad. Why they showing the man limping so many times?
What you thought they was gonna do? This ESPN, man.
I know.
They know what everybody looking for. They know everybody looking like, yo, what Aaron Rodgers doing? He good? He straight?
Yeah. All right. Next series we have is the #1 seed Las Vegas Aces up against the Chicago Sky, which will be probably one of the more funner series to watch. This is the second game of day 1 of the playoffs. And yeah. So how do you think this series is gonna go? I mean, because I think Chicago is gonna put up a great fight. But will it be enough against the high-powered Las Vegas Aces, even though they're without Candace? Nah.
I don't think so. I think this will be a very entertaining 2 games. I think Chicago could stay with them. I just don't think they have enough firepower or the defense to really lock in and stop the Aces from doing anything that they really want to do.
Mm-hmm.
Like there's no answer for Asia.
Not at all.
Kelsey will have to guard because
Yes.
the 3 best scorers on this team are all guards.
Yeah.
So,
Right.
and then you still have Dana Evans coming off the bench.
Dana
She's gonna have to defend.
Marina Courtney
Uh,
Williams.
so if they can exploit that matchup a little bit, it gives Chicago a chance to at least win a game.
Yeah.
I would honestly be kind of shocked if they didn't win one game. But I feel like depending on how Las Vegas comes out in game 1, if Vegas comes out and blows them out in game 1, I think game 2 is a wrap. I feel like Chicago is not going to come out with that same energy, especially since they're playing in Vegas twice.
Mm-hmm.
So I think it all depends on how game 1 goes. If Vegas comes out on a mission, like, all right, we're going back to back, like, all right, this last half of the season wasn't the way we wanted it to go, but we about to turn up and we're gonna turn on that switch and
Yep.
everybody playing that. Like, if Chelsea Gurley plays at the level she played at last year in the playoffs, wrap it up.
It's wraps.
Wrap it
It's
up.
wraps. If we see play out Chelsea again, it's
Wrap
trouble.
it up.
Wraps. Pack it up. Don't even think about coming. Don't even think about calling that charter flight. None of that.
And
Save Kathy some money. Let me stop.
You're wild. You're wild. I am interested to see how Kelsey and Jackie do in the playoffs. I think Kelsey struggled her first playoff run, but she played better last year at times. I know Asia had to get on her at one point.
All right, cuss her out, man. Like, yo, what the hell you
Cuss
doing?
her out locker room. So I'll be interested to see how that goes. Jackie Young is pretty even killed, so I feel like she'll be fine. But Kelsey is a player that can either lose or win Las Vegas the championship this year. I feel like for the Liberty, it's going to come down to Sabrina, and for Vegas, it's going to come down to Kelsey. I think those are the two players that they have to bring their A game, and if they do, their team has a great chance of leaving end of the season with a championship. Chicago's been my league pass team all year or all season. I don't know, man. They just have a vibe that is just so fun to watch, especially when they're playing well. When they're playing well, like you can't say that about every team. Like, of course, you be like, oh, when every team's playing well, like, yeah, when every team's playing well, they're playing good. But when they're playing well, they're having fun. So, and they're just, they're letting shots fly, and it's just a very fun brand of basketball. The Aces did win the season series 3-0. None of the games were by less than 7. So the Aces obviously have the upper hand, but I think this could be a very fun series. And I'm also interested to see how Asia comes out and plays. Like if she tries to come out and just put a stamp on this season with the playoffs, because last year, yeah, she got MVP and DPOY, but she didn't get Finals MVP because Chelsea Green went absolutely insane.
Have one of the best playoff performances, probably the best playoff performance
ever, like any sport. Like
yeah, but I say across the board, basketball, football, baseball, men's, women's.
Like her numbers last year were insane. Like the efficiency was crazy.
She shot like 70-something% true shooting percent. Shooting in like mid-70s, true shooting percent is ridiculous.
Yeah,
I mean, she wasn't missing.
She averaged over the 10 games. She averaged 21.7 points a game, 7 assists, while shooting 61% from the field, 54% from three.
And the shots she was making wasn't no regular ordinary shots. She was getting heavily contested, fading away, doing crazy.
I don't think you'll understand how crazy it is. Like unless you watched it, you don't really understand just how crazy she was playing last season. But she's had good moments in the playoffs before. Like last year wasn't her first rodeo. Like she helped the Aces get a champion, or not the Aces, sorry, the Sparks get a championship, and was a key piece to that 2016 championship run where she had some good moments. Obviously, she could have played a little bit better, but it's her first playoff experience, and she was huge. And in different playoff series over the next couple of years, she had some really good games. But I don't know, man. Let's see. She had 22. She had 17, 27, 21, 19, 29, 31, 21, 21, 20. And just the efficiency was insane. I mean, I don't even know. It was just crazy. Like 27 on 9 of 11 shooting. Just crazy. She was shooting 59%, 57%, 60%. Yeah, just a crazy playoff run. But yeah, I'm assuming you got the Aces in 2.
Aces in 2, come on. Aces in 2, bro. Aces in 2, like they really have. I don't want to say the easiest path to the finals, but I mean, they don't have the strongest path, like the most challenging path. Because if they win this series, they gotta face the winner of Wings and Dream, and so they don't have to face either the Sun or the Liberty to the finals, or the Mystics to the finals.
You just gonna throw the Lynx out of there, like boy, it'd be crazy if the Lynx and the Mystics meet in the second round.
Boy, oh my gosh, that'll be
Niggas would be so mad. Well, you know how bad Kathy Engelbert would be. Niggas is not counting. That's crazy. You
hey,
that?
I told you. If you can say it on the radio, you can say it on air.
Oh my gosh.
I'll give you a hard time, man. Anyways, man, speaking of the Mystics Liberty, next matchup. Now Mystics are back at full strength. Got back Ariel Atkins, got back Lena Del Don, Shakira Austin.
They don't have Shakira.
Right, they don't have Shakira? Okay, scratch that. But back healthy-ish. Uh-oh.
We got everyone but Shakira.
Yeah. Yeah. So they looking good. They beat the Liberty in the season finale on a game winner shot by Brittany Sykes. Brittany Sykes has had a phenomenal season. This has been a career year for her. Definitely has been one of the better players, one of the better guards in the league this season. And yeah. I feel like the Mystics can really give the Liberty a run for their money, especially if somebody has an off night. Not saying it's likely that they'll have an off night, but if somebody has an off night, they can capitalize off that. The Mystics do have the weapons. They have Natasha Cloud, Lena Del Don, Ariel Atkins, Brittany Sykes that can get it going at any given moment, any time. Yeah, I mean, it'll be an exciting series to watch, fun series to watch, in my opinion. With these two teams, especially with how the Liberty have looked this year. Liberty have been pretty electric. Sabrina Ionescu has been playing at a crazy level this year. Brianna Stewart is Brianna Stewart. John Quell has found her footing. All in all, this has been a good year for the Liberty and the best season that they've had in a long time. Tariq, what are your thoughts on the series?
Kind of similar to what I thought last year was Seattle and Washington, and I think Seattle ended up winning 2-0.
Yeah.
So maybe I overrate the Mystics a little bit just because of their past.
Yeah.
So I don't want to say I could really the Mystics definitely give New York a tough matchup. I think out of all the teams from 4 to 8, this is probably the team they didn't want to see. Just because they have the personnel to slow down their offense. They have not right now. They don't have a Shakira Austin, but if she's healthy, they have a Shakira Austin for the post. Whether you put her on Brianna Stewart and let her play her 1-on-1, or if she tracks down Quell to make sure she's not getting extra rebounds and stuff like that. But you have Brittany Sykes, Natasha Cloud, and Ariel Atkins to chase Sabrina, Slew, and Benasha Laney. And I think in the games that the Mystics have won, that has been the reason why. The Liberty have scored over 100 points, a good amount this season. They have not scored 100 points against them. They scored 64, 89, 96, and then 88. So if the Mystics can keep them, I'd say in the 85-ish range, any lower than that, they have a good chance of winning. If they could slow down the game, make it ugly, they also have a chance. I mean, they did just beat them last night on a game winner alley-oop from Natasha Cloud to Brittany Sykes. Then she waved by to the crowd. Love that. She waved by, but they're not going
on Wednesday, on Friday.
Where they're still in New York, probably. So, I found that funny. I'm like, she waving by, but they probably not even leaving. So, but yeah, I do think the Liberty win this series, but I feel like it's not going to be an easy series. It's not going to be a series that the casual fan will look at and be like, oh, New York got this. Like, huh? All,
Casual fan might because they just think the Liberty are just top dogs, really
no,
good.
the fan, the casual fan will think this series is just gonna be New York 2-0
Oh
easy.
yeah. That's what I'm saying. Okay, that's what you were saying. Okay, so you were saying that. All right.
Yeah,
Yeah. But
but I
yeah,
think
this is going three.
yeah, I would say it's going
They
three as well.
decided in three.
I would be surprised if 3 series don't go three. I don't think
I have
Vegas.
my predictions. I have 3 of the 4 series going three.
Yeah,
Only one
I,
series
I don't
going
think
three.
Vegas goes three,
This
but
is how I felt last year too. I think.
yeah, and then I think only one of them went three or something like. Like they end up being like blowouts and 2-game series. But hey, it is what it is.
All that fuss and then more even see a game three.
The boy talking about, man, we ain't get our charter flight. Like, boy, you ain't even get back to your city.
I'll just say, bro,
But
Kathy, like, man, we save we telling that, but I know I'm saving some money. I feel like she making that 75 mil stretch for however long.
she ain't even used it yet. She using it. She put it in her bank account. Had to, cause she ain't used it for nothing W related.
Let's say,
But
man,
for that little Commissioner Cup trophy, that's what she used it for.
she used probably a couple K to upgrade the All-Star game trophy. Not even a couple K, maybe like a couple hundred to upgrade All-Star game trophy.
I say you really just got going.
Up prize pool, whatever. Up
You
that
can really
up.
go.
She made it to where they had gear after the game. Cause bro, they didn't have gear after when Vegas won it, when Chicago won it. No, not Chicago, not Chicago.
Yeah.
Seattle won the first one. They didn't have gear right after the game. I watched the game. I see, shop here, Amazon.com. What? I mean, it's a play basic T anyway. It just says Commissioner's Cup champion, like same thing that the players got, I think. But still. But yeah, I got Liberty in three.
Yeah, I also have the Liberty in 3. Like I see it going 3, but I don't see the Liberty losing this series.
Yeah. And last but not least, we have the Atlanta Dream up against the Dallas Wings for a 5 matchup.
Definitely they're gonna be the best series out of the game, out of the
Oh
first.
yeah, competitive wise, yeah.
I feel like it could be the best or it could be the worst. If that makes.
Knowing how
I
the
feel.
wings are? Yeah.
Huh?
I said knowing how the wings are, yeah.
And knowing how to dream are too. Like both of these teams have been very,
Yeah.
as much as they've been like 4 and 5, like in terms of standings, they've been very inconsistent. They've been either hot or they've been cold. They haven't been like steady stand pat. Like yes,
Yeah.
Dallas has beat
Have, like,
Dallas has
questionable
beat like
lineups.
Dallas has beat Connecticut, Las Vegas, and New York, but they've also lost to like Seattle and LA and like I don't know, man. It's just, and I hate to be, I really don't want to say it and sound disrespectful, but because of the shots she takes, if she's making them, then you're solid. But if she's missing them, then that's when it becomes an issue, and it's like, all right, where do we go from here? If they go into this series like, all right, Satu, Tierra McCowan, we need y'all to take over this series and dominate. And Enrique, find your spots and make plays when necessary. But if Enrique gets into I'm gonna get in my bag every other possession type game, it could get kind of ugly. Um, I'm looking at the shoot splits right now. Like it's not looking pretty. But let's see the season series. The season series went Dallas 3-0. Dallas won by 7, then 12, and then 17. Um, now they played in May, June, and then they played last night. So they've only played. I mean, they played 2 times, but they've only played once in the last 3 months. So Very different teams. I feel like when Dallas beat them in June, I feel like Tierra McCowan might not have been playing. Let me see. But Tierra McCowan might have been overseas. No, she was back by then, but she only played 23 minutes. So Tierra McCowan is going to be huge in terms of how this game plays out, because Cheyenne Parker is going to have to really defend, or you throw Monique Billings in there and then let Cheyenne Parker chase. Oh man, what's her name? Natasha Howard around, and I think the matchups go well for both teams. I think Satu and Alicia is a fun matchup. I think Ryan and Enrique is a fun matchup. I think the point guard spot is two veteran guards that are going to have to make the right decisions, even though it should be a different point guard in the game for Atlanta, but that's neither here nor there. And then the post matchup, I think that's what's going to come down to. I think Satu is going to be Satu. I think Enrique is going to be the same Enrique that she's always been. I think it's going to come down to, can Cheyenne Parker replicate her regular season in the playoffs, and can Tierra McCowan dominate? And then when Kalani Brown comes in the game, can she also make an impact? So I think this series comes down to the post players, and I'll be very interested to see how this series goes. So I think it's going to be a very offense heavy series. I mean, neither of these teams are great defenses. I don't think they're bad defenses, but it's not like their calling card is defense. So I'm very interested to see how this series goes. Like I said earlier, it could either be the best series or it could be the worst series. I feel like there's no in between. They're both top 5 in score and points per game this season. So Dallas is 4th in field goal percentage. Dallas is 1st in rebounds. Atlanta's 3rd. Atlanta 2nd in blocks. Dallas is 5th in steals, 5th in free throw percentage. So yeah, it's I feel like it's gonna come down to the post players.
Yeah, that's definitely what's going to be the difference maker here, man. That's not going to be the difference maker, always, because other positions probably kind of like cancel each other out a little bit. I mean, you got Ryan on one side, Enrique on the other side. You got Satu on one side. You got Alicia on the other side. Ooh, Alicia gets her old team.
It's gonna be.
Marcus had a great season. Yeah, I don't want to say anything. It's gonna sound like I'm just repeating your points, but yeah. My guess here is I got the Dream in 3 though, because I don't know, I just feel like some way, shape, or form, the Wings are gonna find a way to mess us up, as the Wings are normally known to do.
Um,
I hate to say, because I like Enrique. I like Enrique. I'm sorry. I like Enrique and I like Satu a lot. But I don't know. Maybe we'll look back at this and they be like, aha, who's you wrong?
oh, that boy nice. Oh no, he don't score.
I'm
Kind of
not even
cheap.
watching the game anymore, bro. What's going on?
Brees Hall just had like a 70-yard run. He ain't scored him.
See, I ain't too worried
They,
about that, man. They got weapons everywhere.
you say that, and then you're gonna be hating on Zach Wilson in a week.
Zach Wilson's a problem.
Yeah, that boy nice.
And we had a solution to the problem for a couple of minutes, if that.
So you thought you don't know that man was gonna play well. Boy, know what he got that boy stumbling like that. That's crazy.
All right, anyway, so yeah, predictions are in. As we said, Aces in 2, Sun in 3. You had Lynx in 3. Dream in 3. I had Dream in 3. Well, you said what did you say? I said Dream in 3. You said
Wings in 3.
Wings in 3.
I'm
Liberty in
going
3.
with
Liberty in 3, right?
Yes.
Cool. Let's get into some awards then.
Yeah.
But everybody and their mama waiting on. So first and foremost, shout out to everybody who has played well this season and have been acknowledged throughout whatever, whether that's record-breaking performances, getting a triple double, player of the week, player of the month, rookie of the week, no, not rookie of the week, rookie of the month, coach of the month,
All-star.
all-star, all that, 40-point games,
3-point contest.
yup, all that. So yeah, first things first, the big award. Who is your MVP, Tariq, and why?
I ain't gonna lie. Up until like 2-3 days ago, it was Asia. But as the days have gotten closer, and as the season has gotten closer to it, I'm probably still gonna go Asia. But if you look at the definition of most valuable player, I
Yeah.
think Alyssa Thomas is that. Because if you take her off that team is probably getting the number 1 pick in the draft. And I don't mean no disrespect to the rest of the players, but Bree Jones goes down and they don't have Alyssa Thomas, number 1 pick in the draft, for sure. If you take Asia or Stewie off, they still make the playoffs. They're still a top 4 seed. And that's not to take away from Asia or Stewie because they both had great seasons. I think they're the 2 best players in the league.
Mm-hmm.
When you look at the term most valuable, I think you have to give it to Alyssa Thomas. And I literally have Asia Wilson written down, but I don't know, man. Something tells me I don't think they'll give it to Alyssa Thomas, but I think Alyssa Thomas deserves it. So I'm changing my pick. And I'm going with Alyssa Thomas because she has been the most valuable to her team. She's had to play every single game. Not like, oh, she played every single. She had to play every single game. Now I know people are saying she didn't play well against New York and against Vegas, and that's slightly why I lean towards with Asia. I don't know. Maybe I'm overthinking it. Because I've had Asia pretty much the whole season, but the last couple of days I'm like, you know what? Oh, I don't know. It's the season's ended, and I still don't know who my MVP is. I know it's no, I'm not gonna say that because that would sound kind of crazy. Who's yours? Maybe you'll sway me.
You already know who mine is.
Maybe you'll sway me.
My explanation is she has been, top of her position. She has had another season where she improved. It's a career year for her again. Career highs in points, rebounds, blocks, I believe. And she has led her team to the best record in WNBA history. With her on the floor, she's so effective, and everything goes through her. Like, it's not a lot of times you don't see her on the floor, but when we don't see Asia on the floor, it shows. Like the low runs teams going with her out of the game. Like I don't know. I would go into and say she is most valuable by definition. I mean, even though I can't say she's more valuable than Alyssa Thomas after you put it the way you put it, because I could see her being MVP for the same reasons. But I don't know, just the best player on the best team. I feel that's kind of lazy to go with, though.
See,
Like you can give it
this
the
is how my brain
best
works.
team. You could give it the best player on the best team every year, and that's just how it is. But I mean, sometimes the most valuable player is the best player on the best team. If you look at that team, but if you look at the Aces team, they have 3 other All Stars on that squad this year. You look at Breanna Stewart, they had 2 other All Stars. No, did they have 2 or 3 All Stars? How many All Stars did they have this year?
Just her and DeWanna.
No, I said the Liberty.
Oh, the Liberty. They had Sabrina.
They had Sabrina, Stewie.
So they
Was
had 3. Blue was, yeah.
So John Quell wasn't.
Mm-mm.
That was before John Quell was looking like John Quelligan. Okay, but yeah, still, you got a former MVP, two other All-Stars. So yeah, I mean, those teams would be all right. Those teams would be playoff teams. They won't be top of the league probably, but they'll still be pretty good playoff teams
I
without
vote
them.
MVP though.
You think they'll still be top of the league at the spots that they are?
Salute Sabrina, Jonquel, Betnijah, Hanzu. Why not?
Hunter didn't play that much this year. I can't really count Hunter.
Because of Jonquel and
Okay.
Stewie. If they have Stewie, who plays the 5? Nayara? They put Hanzu
They
in.
got a slam cover coming out, and I don't know who's gonna be that fourth person or fifth person. Let me see. I think it's five. Yeah, it's five people.
It's Betnijah.
Okay, that's what I'm thinking. Okay, yeah, I do see. I see John Quell. I see Sloot.
Who else would they put?
I would see. I don't know why. I don't know why I said that. Disregard what I said. Disregard what I said. But outside of them, it's like who else? It's like who do you count? I don't know why. I don't know why I forgot I forgot somebody. Whatever. I don't know.
I mean,
But
they got. They would still be
I
top of
would
the
say
league.
who would be their next best player outside of their starting five? That would be Marine, right?
They have Marine and Kayla Thornton.
And Kayla Thornton, who has been good this year.
Nayara Saba.
Dolson be showing up when she be showing up. She had what 5 threes that one game.
I mean, she missed like 3/4 of the season. So
Yeah. So you also you can't really count her, but at the same time you kind of can. Former champion. Yeah. So I do get your point about Alyssa Thomas being MVP, and I think that's not valuable, a valid argument. Honestly, I don't know. I saw that they showed the odds on ESPN today. They showed the odds for MVP voting, and it's Stewie at -100, Asia at +100, and AT at +350.
what?
But yeah, this is according to I think DraftKings,
Stewie, I'm sorry, Stewie not winning.
and everybody's like, "Oh, it's about to happen." I was like, "What y'all talking about? I see free money. I see free money. Give me Asia for 100. I'm putting the house on that." Let me stop. You come back. I'm homeless. Just got my laptop. I'm in some Starbucks trying to record.
That would be crazy.
Yeah, no, this is via Caesars Sportsbook. And Stewie's at -115, AJ at +100, AT at +350.
If I'm choosing who I think is going to win it, it's Asia. If I'm picking who I think should win it, it's Alyssa Thomas. And after what I said last week, I really went and was like, if somebody else had these numbers, would they be the MVP? And
Yeah,
they probably
that was a special.
probably would. So why not Alyssa Thomas? So for me, it's Alyssa Thomas. I literally have Asia Wilson stats and everything. Like I wrote down Asia Wilson. But as we got closer and closer, I'm like, you know what? I think it's Alyssa Thomas. So you going with Asia? You're staying with Asia?
Yeah, I'm sticking with Asian.
Not mad at it. I might wake up in the morning and be like, nah, it's Asia.
We gotta re-record this. It's Asian.
Like they'll post this and I'll be like, you know what? I was wrong. It's
Right,
Asia.
right. Look at me trying to be different.
But no, I think it's Alyssa Thomas. I think it's Alyssa. The more I think about it, the better I feel about it. All right, who you got for Rookie of the Year?
Rookie of the Year, Leah Boston. No need to overcomplicate it. I mean, Diamond Miller's had a pretty good year. She won Rookie of the Month for, what was that, July, I believe. Don't quote me on that, but I remember she did win Rookie of the Month 1 month. But Leah Boston's just been consistent. She's been great. She's helped Indiana make slight improvements this year. I know they came up short a bunch of times, but wasn't due to her play. That game against New York, she hit the 3 to send it into overtime. I don't know. Just she showed that she can hang with. She showed that she can hang with the best of them. You know, being a big in this league, the best players in this league are bigs. Like some of her first games, she was matched up against Stewie in her second game ever. played against BG, played against Asia, and gave Asia the business. Like she showed Asia, look, I'm here too, bro.
Like
I'm here
Candace.
too. All right, let the comparison start. I'm here. Because people was comparing Asia to Aaliyah to Asia when she was at Carolina. Be like, you got a statue, mine coming up right next to yours.
Oh, that's
That's
all.
what she told her that game.
Oh yeah.
She like, yeah, you got a statue, but mine coming soon. It's gonna have to. It's mad space. It's mad space. You got Ajax statue, and then it's like nothing but empty space. You can put a Leah statue on the other side. They can be perpendicular to each other. No, but it's definitely just it gotta be Aaliyah.
Yeah, I agree. She was. They normally say like a man amongst boys. Like she came in the league and she did not look like a rookie from her first game. She did not look like a rookie. Um, she was physical, was mature, had a great training camp,
Yep.
of becoming a leader right away. Uh, being a good teammate. A lot of stuff happened with the Fever over the course of the season, and she never wavered, never put anybody down, was always positive. Um, and she just went out, she just played. She played her best every single night, and no one could take that away from her. I mean, there was a lot of players out there trying to flop, so they didn't have to really guard her. She was out there getting hacked, still getting double teamed. If you're a rookie and you're getting double teamed in the W, like that's respect right there. Ooh, but yeah, I think it's I would say it's not close because I do think Diamond Miller, has a case,
Oh, she
but
definitely votes. It's not gonna be unanimous.
yeah, and I think Dorka probably get a vote or two as well because she's had a really great season, especially based on where she was drafted.
No,
Um,
she was drafted what, second round?
yeah, I mean there was some doubt that she would even make the roster, and she ended up being maybe the third best player this season. So um, yeah, man, definitely got to roll with Elite Boston for Rookie of the Year. All right, so we got two interesting ones here. We got Sixth Player of the Year and Most Improved Player. Who do you have for Sixth Player of the
I
Year?
got two names for both of these, bro. I have
Okay.
two. I still haven't made a decision. Good thing I don't have a media vote. At least not yet. But doggone, these two were probably two of the toughest decisions to make. So we want to go for sixth player or most improved.
Sixth Player.
Sixth player to me, these are the two players I think have the best cases for the award. Got Dana Evans in Chicago, and you got Alicia Clark in Vegas.
Wow. No Dejanay?
I wouldn't be mad at it, but for me, based on what I see this year,
No Kalani Brown?
Kalani, um, I don't want to say that as like a slight. That kind of came out crazy just now. I don't want to say that as like a slight to Kalani. She's a good player. She's a pro for a reason, but I don't know. I just think I could see it going to either two of these players. Dana Evans has shown tremendous growth in her career just throughout the career. Right. Hold on, bro. Y'all, I'm recording. Now we gotta edit that out again. Gotta edit something else out, man. But doggone, which one called? Oh, my niece is on the phone too. But all right. Back to what was I even saying? Um,
Dan.
oh yeah, Dana Evans has shown growth throughout her career and has continued to just become, just a great basketball player. Came in, help out, and do what needs to be done on the court. This sounds so vague. Why do you have to freaking stop me, bro? I was in a groove. Man. Anyways, bro. All right. I'm gonna start it here. Dana Evans. Dana Evans has shown that she has been a good pro in her career through her 3 years with Chicago Sky. Um, they brought her there for a reason, and she's been effective ever since she's gotten there, and she's continued to learn and just play her role. I thought she would have seen a bigger role this season, but they did bring in Courtney Williams and Marina Mabry, so it would obviously be harder to compete against them for minutes. But yeah, I mean, she came in when she came in the game, she provided a spark, and she's helped the Sky, make it to the playoffs. Now, Alicia Clark, on the other hand, Alicia Clark can provide a spark at any given time as well. One of the better shooters in the league. What she's been able to do with this season with the Aces in her first season with the Aces has been pretty good. Being that the Aces have needed depth for a good minute, she provides that, and we're gonna look at her for different points at different points of the season, see how she performs in different moments. She's gonna be relied upon to provide a spark off the bench as well as Kirsten Bell. And I wouldn't be surprised if the sixth player on the best team in the league that has helped this team get to that point gets rewarded for as such. So those are my two choices. And those are my two cases of why either of them should win. What about you, sir?
I'll be honest, I don't have Alicia Clark even in my top three.
Okay.
And that's not a slight to her. I think Dana Evans, Dejanay Carrington, and Kalani Brown. Whoa. And Kalani Brown really impacted their teams this season. Like Dana Evans at time was one of the go-to players in the fourth quarter. She was at one point leading the league in clutch points. And then Kalani Brown started the season as a hardship contract, earned herself a rest of season contract, and she stepped in when Tierra McCowan went overseas, and then when Tierra McCowan came back, and Natasha Howard and Satu were all playing great in the front court. She came off the bench and was getting double doubles and just playing really, really good basketball. And then you have Dejanay, who is kind of a weird situation because, oh my gosh, she didn't always play, weirdly enough. But when she did, she was effective. Because, I mean, the first couple of games of the season, she didn't play, and people were like, yo, what's going on? She got in the game. She shot the three ball better this year. She's always been a really good defender. But she added to her game this season, and you can really see that as the season went on. So those were my top three. My choice for sixth player of the year is Dana Evans. I just think, like you said, since 2021, she's added to this team something that was always a positive impact. I remember in 2021 when we were on locker room still, she was I don't remember who she was being interviewed by, but I remember us being in the room, and I was like, yo, y'all about to win the championship this year. Because that was 2021, and that was first year.
Who did that? I forgot to put that on. I think it was W Lee when we was with W Lee, and I think Drew set it up.
I feel like it wasn't.
It was. I remember Drew Bailey, Corey. We were all in the room, and
I
they
feel
had,
like it was do you remember those rooms that used to not record, like have interviews with like the players' moms and stuff? I feel like it was them.
no, it wasn't Title League. It
That's
wasn't
what.
Title League. It was W League.
You sure?
Title League. But I'm saying it was a W League thing because it was on halftime.
Dana Evans's?
Dana Evans was on halftime. Yeah,
I thought she was
if
on
I
locker
remember
room.
correctly. Dana Evans. We can ask Bailey after the report, but Dana Evans was on halftime, I believe. I remember Drew. Which one call it? I remember Drew asked the knuckleheads question. Who was the first
Uh,
player I should ask? I remember that.
right.
Then I remember when I got on, I forgot the question I asked, but Drew kept texting like, Bryce, get off stage. I was like, yo, chill.
Damn.
But yeah, I think Drew is moderating it. So I think it was a W lead thing or the lowdown, one of the two. So yeah.
You're probably right then. I don't know why I thought Title League did it. I couldn't even remember what they was called. Um, but yeah, Dana Evans is my sixth player of the year. All right. The most interesting award of them all, I feel like. Most improved.
Most improved, man. Boy, we
Like,
got
I feel like who you have for this, so let me know who you got.
you know what I have? Hey, I still don't. I mean, I do, but I don't. Cause like, I don't know. I feel like I said on the TL that Saw 2 got it. But Jordan Canada's case is very strong. I mean, like it's brolic. Like it's steroid strong. Like
Damn.
from training camp contract to career year. I mean, she did have the opportunity that she had based on, a couple of injuries that happened with the Sparks. But I mean, still, same time, you gotta make the best of those opportunities, and she does so. I feel like she's gonna be a part of this Sparks team for some years to come. LA native. Yeah. Wait, is she go to UCLA? I was about to say UCLA native. Word of Vince. Yeah, UCLA native. Word of Vince. But Jordan Canada, career year across the board. Satu also had a career year too, though. And Satu's year really came from her being healthy for once. Played the most games she's ever played in the season. All-star starter for the first time. And really just performed well. I mean, it was a while. She was averaging a double-double for a little moment this part of the season.
You're
So
leading the league a little bit before she got hurt.
yeah. So like I done gave the reasons why each should win the award. I think maybe because Satu was an all-star and got a little bit more praise, she might get the nod. Because I think Rebecca Lobo already said that she voted for Satu. So I think she was like, yeah, I voted for Satu. No, because all right, there was like she voted for Saw. She's like, yeah, I voted for Saw 2 doesn't mean that I don't think Jordan Canada's a bad player, this, that, that, whatever. And like she's explaining herself. She's like, yeah, you gotta have grace with these NBA voters. I mean, not NBA, these WNBA media votes during award season. Not really try to come at people, whatever. Respect everybody. Like just because you vote for somebody, don't mean we won't think the other person's bad, this, that, not whatever. And somebody quoted was like, oh, she voted for Stewie, didn't she?
Sure did.
I was like, yo, that's crazy. It's probably facts. But I mean, not saying Stewie doesn't deserve any votes. She had an MVP like too. But to answer the question, most improved, is it Satu or Jordan Canada? I still can't answer that question. I'm sorry. I'll be happy with whoever wins. Satu win, applause. Congratulations. Jordan Canada win, applause. Congratulations. I won't be surprised at either. I won't be mad at either. I'll be glad that Jordan Canada does get the praise she deserves if she does win this award. So if I had to make a pick, though, I'll go with Satu because she had the better numbers.
I knew it.
I'll go
I
with
knew
Satu.
it.
She had the better numbers. Now, hold on. Let me do something real quick. I do want to see Jordan Canada's numbers. I feel like I saw Jordan Canada's numbers, whenever I first looked at this, but I have not seen him since. So, bro, ESPN, come on, bro. That is not Jordan Canada.
That's why 2K doing that.
No, you see, bro. I don't know who that was. They put on Dorka Uhas.
I forgot her name.
I was like,
Oh,
that ain't Dorka Uhas. That's Dorka Hoo-Has.
you you.
It got one like, bro, but yeah, no. That is not Jordan Canada, dog. Now, when you go on the website, it's Jordan Canada. But the little thumbnail, that it always be wrong though. So see, Jordan Canada saw a 4-point increase in her points. She went from averaging 9 points a game to 13 points a game. And that is the most that she's ever averaged. Improved in rebounds, improved in assists and steals. So she averaged 13, 3 rebounds, 6 assists, 2 steals. Career year across the board. Now we got Satu Sabli. And let's look at her stats. She played 38 games this season. That is the most games she's played. That is, let's see. She played more than half of the games that she are. All right, no, 38 games is more than half of the game. I don't know what I'm trying to do here, but it's like she played more games. She almost played more games this season than she did in her whole career leading up to this point.
Oh,
Ricky,
so
sophomore year, she not sophomore year. Ricky played 16. Second year, she played 17. Last year, she played 11. This year, she played 38. And she is averaging, like I said, she had a bigger jump. She went from 11.3 points to 18.6 points. Went from 4.8 rebounds to 8.1 rebounds, career high. Went from 2.1 assists to 4.4 assists. Went from 0.5 steals to 1.8 steals. Given this out too, she had a bigger jump. Saw two based on the stats alone. No, I don't know. It gotta be some other way we could acknowledge Jordan Canada because we can't just let the season go by. But yeah. I don't think they do most improved. I don't think the votes even. I think the vote. Well, I know in NBA the voting is made to where they can't even allow a co votes anymore. But yeah, who's your pick? We don't even have to ask you who your pick is.
who do you think it is?
I think it's Satu.
Nah.
No,
Have you not been listening to me all season?
Alana Smith.
Come on now. Look, look, look. First, I'm gonna give Jordan Canada her flowers because she's played amazing. Like you said, like I've said during the season, training camp contract. You know, they waited a long time to sign her. She came in, she fulfilled the starting point guard role. Do a bunch of different players, whether it be on hardship contracts or just different players coming in and playing, and she kept the ship steady. Whether or not NECA, Chanae, Jasmine Thomas, Laisha Clarendon, Carly Samuelson, Ray Burrell, Zaya Cook, Destiny Henderson, De'Erica Hamby. No matter who was on the court, she made it work. So she definitely deserves some praise. And if she were to win it, I would not be mad. The same is said for Satu. Satu's had a fantastic season, all WNBA season. She's on one of my all WNBA teams, obviously. She's been, I would argue, a top 5 player this season. And I think she's top 5 in MVP voting as well. For me, I and I'm the same way with the NBA. I don't like giving the most improved player to top picks. Satu is the second pick in her draft. That is the talent was always there. And I know people are arguing about this. The talent was always there. The talent was always there. If you listen to me talk about her when she was in Oregon, you listen to me talk about her first couple of years, the talent was always there. Sabrina, her talent was always there. She was injured. She came back and she played great in her third season. She struggled a little bit in her second season, played better in her third season. That didn't mean she was most improved. She got better. She showed what she was supposed to be already. Satu was the second pick. I don't like that people who are I don't want to say supposed to be good, but if you're picked that high, the expectations are already high. I don't think Satu has exceeded expectations. I think Satu is getting to the point where everyone's like, that's what we saw. That's what we knew she could do. I don't think anybody looked at Alana Smith and said, that's what we knew she could do. And that's not no disrespect to Alana Smith. And her first 3 seasons, she averaged no more than 15 minutes a game. Her first season, she played 7 minutes in 18 games. Her in the bubble, she played 15 minutes in 19 games, averaged 6 a game. In her third season, she averaged 6 minutes a game. So there was no real consistency in her playing time or her role. Then Indiana was the worst team in the league last season by far, and they cut her. And no one picked her up. She played 9 games last season. No one picked her up after that. She sat at home for the rest of a 36, 34 game season. And she came in this season, started, averaged 9 points, 6 rebounds, 2 assists per game, almost a steal and a half, and almost a block and a half. On 49% shooting, which is a career high. 29% shooting from 3, career high. I don't know, man. It's just that I feel like that's actual improvement. And I'm not saying that Satu didn't improve or that Jordan Canada didn't improve. But if you go from literally out of the league, Satu and Jordan Canada were both in the league last year. Alana Smith was out of the league. And this season is starting on a playoff team. And an impactful starter at that. She's had some really, really big games this season. She's had some big shots in the fourth quarter. She's shooting 16% above what she shot last season. I think Alana Smith is the actual, most improved player. I don't think she's the best player in this conversation. She's the most improved. And when you look at most improved, just like when I say when you look at most valuable, she is the most improved. From where she was last season, out of the league, to this season, averaging 9.6 rebounds, almost a steal and a half, almost a block and a half, and shooting 49% from the field, is a lot different than, she had 11 and 5. But if she was healthy, she probably would have averaged 15 points a game. So the jump wouldn't have been as huge. Jordan Canada, she struggled playing behind Sue Bird. So this season, she got the start. The jump happens. And I'm not saying that she shouldn't have got the start or the jump wouldn't have happened if she didn't get the start. I'm just saying, when you really look at on the NBA side, the top 3 choices for most improved before the season starts is Cade, Jabari, and Evan Mobley.
Which is weird.
That's 3 top 5 picks. No. That's 3 top 5 picks. One of them is the number one pick.
Most improved. Last time when Ja Morant won most improved a couple years ago. And we was all like, well, he's not an MVP, but he's playing pretty damn good. But it's like he was rookie of the year a couple of seasons before that.
It's just he's playing a little bit better than we expected this early. And we want to give him an award.
That's like we gave Ant most improved last year.
Yeah, which is crazy. Which is the same thing that they would be doing.
Or if they give it to him this year, I forgot. I'm sorry, this would be his 3rd year. If we give Ant most improved this year,
and this would be the same.
Arguably, after it could have been
the Ant's 4th. This is Ant's 4th year.
4?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh.
It was 2020. This is Cade, Evan Mobley, and Scotty Barnes on his 3rd year.
Time moving by too fast. I'm sorry.
Yeah, how is Jabari Smith Jr. after one season up for most
After
improved.
one season, like what? No,
Like that, like
what you doing here, man?
and Satu was the second pick in the draft. Like I cannot like
She had a good season because she was healthy.
look at this. If Sabrina wasn't in that draft, she's going number one. She's going number one in a few like. And I don't mean to say this to be disrespectful to anybody else. Who was this? Who was Sabrina was 20, they were 2020 because they were Lucky Young. I feel like if Satu and Jackie Young were the choice, I think people go with Satu. Like if the next year, who was 21? Charlie Collier, you're definitely going Satu.
Yeah.
So any other year, she's a number one pick. Without Sabrina there, she's the number one pick. If she don't play with Sabrina, she might be the number one pick. If she played at, I don't know, Stanford or something, she might have been the number one pick. So she had first overall pick, second overall pick talent. Couldn't stay healthy. Neither could Sabrina in their first season. Dealt with the injuries, came back, played better, and then she took a jump this year. That doesn't mean she's the most improved. That means she is living up to the expectations and getting close to exceeding those expectations. But that doesn't make her the most improved. That means she's exceeding expectations. That means she's playing the way that she's supposed to, in a way. And I love Satu. Satu's probably my second favorite player in the league behind Haley. Haley and Satu are 1A, 1B for my favorite players in the league. Obviously, Candace is still there, but like if she wins, I'm not gonna be mad. If Jordan Cannon wins, I'm not gonna be mad. But if you're looking at it from a most improved perspective, if you look at the definition of most improved, Alana Smith is the most improved player. That's just my opinion.
Solid case. Solid case. Let's hopefully the NBA, not NBA. I'm sorry again. The WNBA media votes the same. All right, last but certainly not least, we have all WNBA.
We have two more. We have two more.
We have defensive player of the year and coach of the year.
Coach of the year. Defensive player of the year. I have Asia.
I have Asia. She improved across the board again. She improved. Just crazy on defense. Without Asia on defense, that team is getting ate alive. We've seen how that team is defended in certain on the perimeter. Seeing how that team is defended with her out of the game. Not saying that they have bad defenders, but Asia is the anchor of that defense. And we all know that for certain. So
she cleans up a lot of mistakes.
Yeah, and I think she had 200 steals this year. It was some stat they posted with her and steals. Let's see. Aces.
The steals crazy.
It might have been blocks. I don't know, but let's see.
200 steals in 40 games.
Yeah, 200 steals. 200 steals. Yo. See, yeah, Asian for sure. Oh, they got a Godfather theme. Whatchamacallit poster, playoff poster. That's really tough. Look at that. That's tough. Hold on, that's tough.
With that.
Yeah. Oh, that was from last year. I don't know why I'm just not seeing that.
Yeah, defensive player of the year is Asia. I feel like that's easy. Coach of the year.
He said it's his Achilles.
No.
Down the drain. Season down the drain. It's cool. Fast forward to NBA season. I don't care about NFL. Fast forward to NBA. We good. Fast forward to NBA. Just where my remote? I threw my remote across the room. Other remote. Fast forward. Fast forward to the NBA season. I can't deal with this no more with these doggone Jets. All right, back to hoops. Coach of the year. Who you got?
Cheryl Reed.
I like it.
Minnesota started 0-6, and now they're what 6th seed in the playoffs.
Yeah.
The way we were talking about them in the beginning of the season, before the season, we were talking about them having the first pick.
I said we thought they were gonna have first pick. Yeah.
We thought
They said what? No, we coming to compete.
And that's Cheryl
We
Reed.
thought for a while that yeah. You know what? Yeah. Where my pen at? Yeah. Let me go ahead and
Who'd you have? Becky?
I did not have Becky, but there's a case for Becky, being that she had the best record ever.
Who'd you
But
have?
I had for consideration Stephanie White and I don't want to say her name wrong, but it's the Wings coach. Is it Latricia? Trammell?
Trammell.
Trammell. All right, cool.
Trammell.
Latricia Trammell. Trammell.
Like camel, but Trammell.
Trammell.
Yes.
Latricia Trammell.
There you go.
Those are my two. And I said could see case for Becky, but that's lazy too. But Becky got to get one though.
No, she don't.
Best coach in the league deserves. She didn't get it last year.
Who got it last year?
Whatchamacallit? Dream coach got it last year.
Tanisha Wright.
Tanisha Wright. She got it last year.
Yeah, that ain't looking. Never mind. I'm not gonna say that.
And see, I think it's different with like NBA and WNBA. Like NBA, they give it out to the best coach or like the coach with the best record, whatever. Not always.
I'm pretty sure OKC coach won it. No,
he won it. I thought Mike Malone won it.
That would be goofy. I feel like. Let me see. The NBA coach of the year, last couple of years, because I feel like
I know when Steve Kerr got the record. Huh?
Spoto got one. He the best coach.
Spoto got a coach of the year. I thought you would have had one.
Spoto ain't got no coach of the year. NBA coach of the year.
That's crazy. That's like thinking like Kobe got like what 2 MVPs.
Because Tom Thibodeau got one, Monty Williams got one. Yeah, Mike Brown got it last year.
Mike Brown should have gotten that last year. Yeah.
Huh? So Mike Brown, Monty Williams.
I remember the Tibbs year because that's the year that Julius got most improved. I think. And I'm just like, And then like the Knicks, I'm like, diamond testing them trophies.
So in the last since 2010, Tom Thibodeau. Actually, I'll go back one more year. So Scott Brooks with OKC, they won 50 games. Tom Thibodeau won 62 with Chicago, but they weren't very good that year before. That year before, I think that was the year that they no, they didn't play Boston that year. But that 2010 year, they weren't that good. Tom Thibodeau, they won 62 games, and then Greg Popovich in the lockout year won it. George Karl won it with Denver because they were better than expected. Popovich won it again in 2013-14. They were 62-20. Mike Budenholzer won it. Steve Kerr won it when they were 73-9. Mike D'Antoni won it with the Rockets. Dwayne Casey won it with the Raptors, and they got fired right after.
He got fired right after because LeBron told
Mike Budenholzer, which is when they were the best team in the league.
That's when Atlanta was?
No, Milwaukee.
Okay. Did he win it with Atlanta too, though, right?
Yeah, he won it in 20.
That's when they won 60 games and got swept by LeBron.
And Nick Nurse, first year the 1 year with Kawhi. Tom Thibodeau with the Knicks. Monty Williams, and then Mike Brown. So it either depends. It normally goes to either the best coach or it goes to
improvement, I guess.
Or it goes to a team that they weren't expecting to be as good as they were.
Yeah.
They had a big jump and they attributed like Monty Williams. They weren't expecting the Suns to be that good. They went to the finals. Yeah. Last year they weren't expecting Mike Brown to be this good. or they weren't expecting the Kings to be very good. They went 48-34, 14 games over 500 went to the playoffs for the first time in
How 20 years, whatever.
15, 16, 17 years, something like that. I think they
So
made the playoffs.
all right, so it is kind of the same way how they give out Coach of the Year. Because
Yeah,
all right, because I don't know, because see, being that the Aces first team and win 30 games in the season, I would think maybe Becky would have some consideration in that.
she'll get it when she wins the championship.
Sure.
Wait, no, Becky Hammond did win it, Coach of the Year last year.
She won Coach of the Year? I thought I could have sworn.
Yeah, I thought she won it. Yeah, she did win Coach of the
Oh,
Year last
well,
year.
okay, never mind. Becky got hers.
Yeah, she was Coach of the Year. She earned 27 and 56 votes.
Because I thought for sure Dream
Nisha
Coach.
Wright came in second. James Wade came in with 8, and then
I
Vicky
think
Johnson.
I think Tanisha Wright got AP Coach of the Year or something like that.
Bro, Vicky Johnson had votes, man.
Oh man, ain't no way, boy.
Got fired. They gave her votes. What are we doing?
Ain't no way, boy. All right,
But that Nygaard had votes.
it got fired.
Jeez.
I don't know what.
Jeez.
Yeah, I don't know why.
Phoenix the AC last year and got smoked by Vegas.
Yeah.
What are we doing?
Anyways, man. Yeah, no, I agree with you. Cheryl Reeve for that point.
But I also agree that Latricia Trammell definitely has a case. Like,
yeah,
the way that she brought a different mentality to this team. Like, if you watch her coach, she's
like a different ball.
She be on them refs. She be no. Were you watching?
She sat down in between the
yes, yes.
Yeah. I was like, oh yeah, yeah. I was like, yeah, right here. Yep. That did it for me.
Coach, the ref walked by like, can you sit down? She talking. She like, you know what? I'm gonna sit right here on the bench, or I'm gonna sit right here in the middle of this crowd, right here between these two people. I was like, she's crazy, and she folded her leg. Like, I was like, she's wild for that. Didn't get a tech or nothing either. But yeah, I think it's Cheryl Reeve. But I think Latricia Trammell definitely has a case. Like, if she wins it, I would be mad. But I think it's got to go to Cheryl Reeve. They started 0-6, and with only a 40-game season, that's a great turnaround. So, yeah, I'm rolling with Cheryl Reeve. All right. Do you have an all-rookie team before we go to all WNBA?
I don't have an all-rookie team, honestly.
All right. Well, I have a Leah, Dorka, Diamond,
Dorka, Diamond, Jordan,
Haley, Jordan, Horston.
I like it.
Yeah. If anybody else gets it, I'm throwing hands, because if Haley not on them,
who they put on there last year? They put Sam
who just retired basketball, Sam Thomas.
Sam Thomas. They put her on.
Retired from basketball.
She retired from basketball.
Yeah.
She was on the squad this year.
She was not. She got cut like early.
Yeah, since retired from basketball.
Yes.
All AP teams.
That was a couple days ago. That wasn't that long ago.
Oh, okay.
Made a little Instagram.
I didn't see that.
All right. All WNBA first team.
All WNBA first team. I got Jewel, Chelsea, AT, Asia, Stewie.
Okay. I went Jackie over Chelsea, but the rest of the four. The rest of the four.
I don't have Jackie on either of my teams. I know somebody's gonna get left out though. Somebody's gonna get left out because when you get my second team, you could be like, where does she fit in?
Who's your second team?
Second team is Sabrina, Arike, Satufi, Neka.
Sabrina?
Sabrina's been killing it this year, yo. I'm sorry.
Sabrina
needs to be somebody all NBA, all WNBA.
Say it again.
I said Sabrina, Arike, Satufi, Neka.
Okay, we got the same four. I got Chelsea, Arike, Neka, Satufi.
I'm surprised you got Sabrina on your second team.
Sabrina she not a top 10 player this year.
You don't think so?
No.
I'm sorry. I feel like she's gonna get it.
You think she's better than
too? Who's voting?
Look. if you want to put her in over Arike, I'm good with it. Over Jackie Young, I can't. I'm sorry. She hasn't been better than Jackie Young this year. She has not been better than Jackie Young this year. And I think the NECA spot could go to DeWanna Bonner. I might change it to DeWanna Bonner.
I could see that.
She's played, pretty sure she played every game. And she's been phenomenal at her 14th, 15th year in the league. Like she's been really good. So due to NECA missing a good bit of games, I think I would put DeWanna Bonner in. So I would put Satu, Fee, DeWanna Bonner, Chelsea, Arike. If you want to move out Arike for Sabrina or somebody else, sure. Arike was the last player that I put in, and that's not even disrespect. It's just you gotta put another guard in, and it was between her, Kelsey, Ryan, and I think Ryan played well, but I don't think she was efficient enough. I don't think Arike really was either, but she averaged, So,
I mean, I can see Jackie over Arike.
Jackie for sure. Jackie is first team.
Jackie's first team for you.
Jackie first team. Jackie first team for the actual. She gonna be first team. Arike not making first team, bro. If these voters are actually watching ball, she not making first team, bro. She just not. She's not efficient enough.
Career year for Jackie.
Yeah, after she won Most Improved as the number 1 overall pick. Like, look at Kelsey Plum and her, both number 1 overall picks win Most Improved. What are we doing? Now Charlie Collier come back.
I'm taking Enrique off and putting Jackie
average
on.
Like 10 and 9 for sure. Most Improved. But come on, bro.
I'm taking Enrique off and putting Jackie on in. So my second team is Sabrina, Jackie, Satu, Fee, NECA. Okay. I'm keeping Sabrina on the list.
That's gonna have to.
I'm keeping Sabrina on the list. Why? Because Sabrina has been played
let me
this year.
Let me look at these numbers. Because
let's look at the numbers.
I didn't even really think about putting. I don't want to say I didn't think about, but Sabrina was not on my mind when I was thinking all WNBA players. Now, it was definitely hard for me to do guards. When I was looking at guards, I was like, yeah, their points look good, but other than that, nothing really stood out. Oh, see?
I'm looking at the numbers now.
I would go be Sykes before I go Sabrina low-key.
I'm looking at the numbers now.
Uh-huh.
It just
Sabrina 17.
Slight dip.
Hold on. Sabrina 17, 5 and 5. 42% from the field. 44% from 45% from 3.
7 and 6 last year though.
So and then Jackie 17.
Jackie was
4 and 4 on 52% shooting, 45% from 3. So not a huge gap, but I think Jackie Jones is the better player. You know, I'm not mad if you put Sabrina all WNBA. I'm not, because you're also awarding winning. As long as you have Fee, Satu, Asia,
Satu or Locks. I really had to think about who was going to be on that
line. What we're just at the guard, you could argue.
Now, Arike this season, career year for her. Well, not career year, no. For her second best year shooting. Not shooting, scoring. 21 points, 3.4 rebounds, 4.5 assists, 1.7 steals. Most assists she's gotten in the season. That's a start. Not a start, but that's a plus. Shot 40% from the field. Well, 39. Let me get that correct, but close to 40.
39% from the field is kind of ugly. especially when other guards have shot. Let's see, Kelsey Plum shot
42
4.
for Jackie
Shot
this year.
4.
82.
I mean, Enrique and Martin are the only guards at the time. Oh well, Julian shot 37%. So it comes down to the shots that you're taking. Like them shots that they take are tough shots. DT shot 40%. After that, I mean, even
Sabrina shot 42%.
Marina Mabry shot 41. Kevin McBride shot 42. Jordan Cannon shot 40. So it really comes down to like tough shot shooters and jump shooters. But Jackie Young, I mean, she shot 45% from three, so did Sabrina. So shout out to both of them. That's crazy. I was not expecting you to say Sabrina.
I bet you weren't.
Why you say it like that?
Because you know how I am. I mean, you just know that I favor more towards the Aces, but I don't know. I just thought Sabrina maybe was one of the better guards this season. Like, you have what? Let's see. I'm thinking of the All-Star spots. It's Jackie, Enrique, Jewel, and Chelsea. Like, after them, it would have probably been Sabrina. If Sabrina got a little bit more votes, she would have been starting. If I'm not mistaken, I feel like probably voting probably was close in that.
It was the player she didn't get.
Yeah, because the players had her voted like what, like something crazy. They did it like Skylar like a couple years ago. Remember they got like Skylar rated like 20 something in the league. Like who ain't no 20 guards better than Skylar Diggins Smith? Are you crazy? Are you dumb?
These players also said Candace Parker was the most overrated player in the league. So
are you dumb? It says Sabrina was 17th best point guard in the league or best guard in the league. Are you dumb?
That's crazy. It was really crazy.
Like, it don't make no sense, man. I understand people be hating, but like, don't hate too much, bro. Be factual. All right, be real. Let's be real.
Not that.
But yeah, we don't even we don't need to even discuss pick'em results. This man Tariq won. Shout out to Tariq. Congratulations to Tariq on winning the 2023 pick'em. Are we going to continue to do this?
Absolutely.
Okay, because I don't know. I'm not saying I wasn't feeling it this year, maybe because I wasn't winning, but it's just like I don't know. I felt like I don't know what's the point of it.
Yeah, I wanted my get back,
but it's I don't know. We'll see.
I wanted my get back.
Oh yeah. I was gonna let you get your get back.
If I wasn't rooting for the Fever all last season, I don't know what was making me root for them.
It was Nalissa.
It was all them rookies. They're the only team playing all their rookies.
I say it was Nalissa, and then
they play
the rookies. They play the rookies again this year too.
They played Lexi. They played.
Oh no, who did the what you call it? Was it Grace Berger that did the Penny Hardaway move?
Yeah. Oh God.
Yeah. No, it wasn't Grace Berger.
It was Ashley Jones.
It was Ashley Jones. Okay, that's what I thought. I thought Ashley Jones said Grace Berger, but she did it and made it.
Ashley Jones is tough. She needs to be in the league. She needs to be in the league. She can get buckets.
There needs to be more teams, Kathy.
Never mind. I almost said something crazy.
I heard it too. Man, you know what? Thank you guys for tuning in to another episode. We'll be back to check in with y'all after probably after the first round games are concluded. A lot of these could go. I mean, I don't know. Next week, depending on the schedule. No, if the schedule lines up, maybe a series or two might be decided, but not all of them.
Was it damn?
Yeah. Let's look. Let's lookity look. Game 2 is be on Sunday. Game 2 is on Tuesday. So by next Wednesday, we might get something. We might. I mean, hey, all of them can be. I don't know. Maybe it might be one out lingering, but we'll see. We'll check in when we check in. So, regardless, there will be an episode next week. Yeah,
it will be.
Thank you guys for tuning in once again.
And Zach wants to throw that motherfucker away. No way.
Don't
That
talk.
boy,
Damn, Zach Wilson no more, man. Hate that
that
man.
boy,
Anyways,
that boy running for his life. That boy said, "Hut,
his
four
bro.
niggas, all niggas run after that nigga." That boy ran to the side, ran.
Listen, I'm
ran
about to turn my TV back on and watch The Sopranos at the end of the night, bro. I'm not watching that game no more.
That
Yeah,
boy he about to
I'm gonna
block the
watch The
Jets.
Sopranos. They had us all hyped up for the damn Jets. Had Hard Knocks. They had, oh my gosh, bro. It was such a bro. It was shaping up to be a good season. Had me hyped. But I knew not to get too freaking hyped because the freaking Jets every year, man. In true Jets fashion.
How you gonna blame the Jets for this man tearing his
Every year, something happens. Some bull. Anyways, man, thank y'all for tuning in once again, man. This has been another episode of the Hoodie and the Headband Show. McCall's as always, Bryce Warren. Appreciate y'all. Oh, I stole it from you. Oh my gosh, why did I do that?
That's crazy. I said it. You said
No,
that.
say it again. I want you to get your moment.
Appreciate y'all.